First of all, I just wondered how tricky it is to strike the balance of maybe poking a bit of fun at the a cappella college scene, but also allowing us to sort of enjoy it and kind of celebrating it as well.
Yeah, well, look, I think at the end of the day, we are really celebrating a cappella. You know, I think a cappella is a really amazing metaphor for life, right? It's like you need all of these voices to come together to sing in harmony to make it work. You can't do it by yourself, or you're just singing on your own. And so I love that. I think people really don't even understand that they are subconsciously sort of connected to that idea, you know? But at the same time, it is silly to make sounds with your mouth, you know. But we wanted to highlight the beatboxing this time. We really wanted to show people how skilled everyone is who does it, and it's a real talent. It's almost like a superpower. And at the end of the day, everybody's winning. But, you know, right, it is an underground phenomenon. It's not like it's going to take over the pop music scene anytime soon.
Although the soundtrack to the first movie was the top-selling soundtrack of the year, wasn't it? One of the best-selling soundtracks ever.
Yeah.
How would you kind of describe the sound this time around?
Well, I think we really feel like Pitch Perfect lives in a sort of a pop mode, you know. Like literally, it's almost like math. You know, if a song's BPM or beats per minute is below 125, it's probably not right for Pitch Perfect. It's really amazing, actually, to me, that education in music and just sort of about how the sort of math of music works was really, that was an incredible part of my journey on this movie. And I think the sound this time, it's really about the group dynamic. There are some solos in the movie, but, you know, in the first film, it was about the group sort of getting together and coming together, and they don't really sing any amazing songs until the finale. And in this, they're supposed to be the greatest a cappella group in the world from minute one. And so we really wanted all of the sequences to really include as many of the voices as possible. So it's really about all of the girls singing on every track.
When it came to directing, it's obviously your feature debut. How actively have you been sort of absorbing what's been going on feature film sets? And who from the filmmakers that you've worked with has perhaps influenced you the most?
Well, the best prep I had for directing this movie was I worked on the first film very closely, was there every day on set, worked very closely with Jason Moore, the director of the first movie, and learned all the pitfalls and sort of the process of putting the music together, especially. And then I got great advice from other directors. Francis Lawrence, who directed the Hunger Games, the last 3 Hunger Games films. I was working on Mockingjay when I got offered this job, and he comes from the music video world, and he gave me great advice on directing the music sequences, for instance. I really wanted to make them bigger and crazier than they were in the first film.
I love the love story in this between Bumper and Fat Amy. How sort of keen were you to include that in the film?
Oh, I really just felt like Fat Amy needed a love story. I think you don't see that in movies. I mean, everything that we do in Pitch Perfect, I think, is rare. You don't often see movies with a giant group of women that's written by a woman, that's directed by a woman, and that has women of all shapes and sizes, and we never talk about what anybody looks like. You know, nobody apologizes for who they are in this film. You know, we just let everybody just sort of live and be, and I think that's really inspiring. And one of the things I wanted to say in this movie was that no matter what you look like, you are deserving of love.
Elizabeth, thanks very much.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey